What's up? It's Big Gangsta Stelo, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Blood, Crip, GD, BD, all that at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Nah, but what's good? It's young Stelo, you know what I'm saying? Turn up. That's all I can say. Shout out to Jalecia Photos. Go ahead and follow her, you know what I mean? Yeah, baby goat.
How long have you been doing music?
I've been doing music. Well, I started off producing when I was about 16. And I've been doing music ever since, and I'm 25 now, so that's like 9 years. So, yeah, about 9 years.
All
Yeah. Damn.
All right. Where did the name Stelo come from?
Well, in high school, my real name is Stephen Logan. So, Stephen Logan, you take the STE from Stephen and the LO from Logan, mash it together, Stelo. And people started calling me that in high school. So at first my rap name was Steven, STE''VEN, but like I think around 2015, 16, I was like, nah, that shit corny as fuck. So I just made it Stelo. And here we are.
All right.
Turn up.
All right. Do you prefer to do videos or rap?
Well, I like both, but
If you had the same opportunity, if it was do videos or do rapping?
I'll definitely rap. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I started off as. Like, I went to, like, video it just came to me. Like, my brother, he does videos also. So videos was never my main go-to thing. It's just like, all right, my brother, he was supposed to be doing my videos, but he was like slacking a little bit. So I was like, man, fuck it. I'll just start doing it myself. From there, I started, like, the first video I edited, I had a remix to Drake's The Real Her and shit. And that was like the first video I edited. And then from there, I just started learning the program. That was Final Cut Pro. And then around 2000, late 2015, early 2016, that's when I started doing videos for other people. So that just came, that was just, you know what I'm saying, something to make the money. But my heart is in making music and being an artist, so, yeah.
Record labels. Who would you rather sign to? Interscope or Dreamville?
If I were to sign, it would be Dreamville, but I don't see myself signing unless it's to Empire, and that's because they let you have your own masters. They license your music for a little bit, but they let you have your own masters, and you know what I'm saying, they still have the infrastructure that can push you to radio. But I don't really want to sign. I want to see if I can do it myself. And if I feel like I absolutely can't do it myself, then that's when I'll consider signing. But yeah, I definitely say Dreamville over Interscope. Yeah.
Alright.
Just depends on, but it depends on the deal structure. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Alright. Do you plan on having any collabs in the future?
I don't like niggas, so probably not. But yeah, a few. I got something with Rara. He hopped on, figured it out. Darren, he hopped on, figured it out too. And I don't know. I just let the collabs come to me. Like, me and Uwap did a song, and like he played me the song called Sniper. He played me the song, and I was like, bro, like this is the shit. Like, let me put a verse on it. And that's how it happens. Like, it's never like me reaching out to somebody, because I feel like, you know, I want to stand on my own. So I never reach out to people to do collabs. But if I hear something that I think is really dope and it's giving me, like, the thoughts and the lines are just coming to me, then that's when I'll, you know what I'm saying, do something with another artist. So, natural shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man.
Who is an influence on your music?
Influence on my music.
Like, who did you hear and you said, I want to rap like that guy?
At first, it was Lupe, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Lupe.
That was when I was like 13, going like to 16. And then from there, it went to J. Cole. And then from there, it went to... I didn't have a favorite rapper after that. So, but early on, like super early on, my favorite rapper was Tupac. And when I started rapping, I started studying him more, like his delivery and how he projected his voice. So Tupac, I definitely am influenced by Tupac in terms of how he projects his voice and shit like that. But I don't know, you can put Wayne in there. There are a whole bunch of different people. Jay-Z, shit like that.
Dang, my next question was going to be Tupac or Biggie, but you said you listen to Tupac.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, right? People like to say who's the greatest rapper of all time, right? So before we answer that question, we have to define what greatest means, right?
Okay.
So if you define what greatest means the biggest impact. So if we're looking at who had the biggest impact, then it's obviously Tupac. But if we're just going along like the rap vein, just straight up rap, then we could definitely say Biggie is the better rapper. But to me, what makes you the best is the impact that you can have. There's no other, because everything else is subjective besides how much you impact people and for how long that impact lasts. That's the whole thing. Like that's all it means to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole point of music, to impact people, as much people for the longest amount of time. That's what determines who the best is.
Good answer. I feel like I need to have like a pen and pencil. What music do you listen to on your downtime, like when you're in the car?
On my downtime? She put me on the spot. I think a lot of people want to know, like, I really fuck with Kobe Calais. Like, her song Bubbly is fire. Like, it was one of those songs where you hear, like, it's a lot of songs that play in the supermarket when you just shopping for like, you know what I'm saying, for food and shit like that. Bubbly is one of those songs where you hear in the supermarket, you like, damn, that's hard as fuck. Like, I gotta go home and listen to that and search that. So, listen to Kobe Calais. I'm really an R&B nigga. Like, I fuck with Sade. I fuck with a lot of shit. My favorite rappers right now, though, would have to be T Grizzly and AZ Chike. I don't know if y'all know who AZ Chike is.
I don't know who that is.
But, yeah, they my favorite rappers right now. So, yeah, but I fuck with a lot of different stuff.
What made you dye your hair? Where did this blonde come from?
For real, I wanted to dye it silver. Because, to be honest, what's crazy is, people don't know this, but Cisco was one of my favorite singers growing up. And I feel like I get a lot of, like, my tone from, you know what I'm saying, like that 90s, you know what I'm saying, Drew Hill, KC and JoJo, era and shit. So I wanted to dye my hair like Cisco. But it got blonde. It was supposed to get blonder. But I was, like, scared because I didn't want to fuck with my hair. So I just kept it like this. And here we are.
Have you ever thought about dyeing your hair blue?
No.
Not at all.
Man, no.
Say it with your chest. Who do you think is the hottest local rapper that you know of?
The hottest local rapper? Or who I think is the best?
Both.
Of course I think Young Crazy is the hottest out here.
Shout out to Young Crazy.
Who I think is the best? My favorites right now is Young Crazy locally. I'm gonna say Juvie. I'm gonna put Beach Boy Tay in there too. I like Yuvie. Yuvie, she's like an R&B singer. But I think I'm the best though. Honestly, I'm the fuck VA. Y'all gonna see. You know what I'm saying? Baby goat right now, but big goat soon. You feel me? I just gotta eat up my carrots and shit. Get my weight up. Big goat soon though. You feel me? Yeah.
Has the hood influenced your rap at all?
Has the hood influenced my rap? You mean my hood, or you mean like just the hood in general?
Your hood.
Uh, no. I would say no. There's nobody from my hood influenced me. I would say my life influenced me. My life influenced what I rap about. I rap about my life, so that influenced me. But the hood, it don't. It's a part of like what made me who I am, but I wouldn't say it influenced my rap. Like, I just speak on my life and shit. I know everybody say that, but I feel like if you're not speaking on, if people felt like I wasn't speaking on my life, they wouldn't feel my music. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all I do. Like, the hood doesn't necessarily influence what I do, but my life, like what goes on in my life, it could be something that happened in the hood or to me in the hood that I put in the rap, but my life is more than my hood. You know what I'm saying? So.
Can you fall in love twice?
I think you can. And when I made that song, it was like earlier this year, and I was like really going through like just thinking about the girl I was in love with and shit. Going through that, and I met another girl soon after like I made that song, and I was really like I was really fucking with her a lot. But I mean, it ended up going south. But what I learned from that is that like I could fuck with somebody on a real level. You know what I'm saying? Because I think before then, there's been a lot of girls I done fuck with. I'm not gonna say a lot of girls like I'm a player or whatever, but I fucked with other girls and I never really felt the deep connection. But there was one girl this year that I was like really fucking with, and that right there, I'm not gonna say I was in love with her, but it showed me that okay, I could end up fucking with somebody else on a similar level that I fuck with the girl that I fell in love with. So yeah.
You think you haven't figured it out?
I think the Figured It Out song, that's really about it's about two things. It's about like me figuring it out with the rap shit and me figuring out in life. You know what I'm saying? Which is simultaneously with the rap shit, because the rap shit is part of my life. But what I figured out was that I don't have to be anybody else. Like, I can be myself and still prosper. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people, they feel like they gotta make trap music in order to make it, but I don't think that's the case. I think you make the music that you want to make, and then you target it to those people that like that type of music. Like, I had a song called I Just Fuck Hoes, which the song was real. Like, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I just fuck hoes. Like, I really don't smoke, I don't drink, and I just fuck hoes. Like, so the song was real, but I didn't want that song to be what people knew me as, because it's like, alright, I look at that song like you going out with your homies, but versus who you are when you by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you by yourself, you might listen to a certain type of music, chill music and shit. Yeah, shout out Kobe Calais or some Sade or some Brent Fayez or something like that. But when you with your homies, you might turn up. You know what I'm saying? It's still you, but when you're by yourself more than you're with your homies. So me putting out a song that's for my homies, that's not who I am all the time. So I didn't want that song to be who people know me for. So what Figured It Out did for me was I realized like I can be myself and promote who I am most of the time, and that can work for me. So that's what that was about on one end, and another end, it was about me figuring out the promotion aspect. And with that, it's just like, it's a lot of shit that goes into it, but it's basically just leveraging attention and figuring out how to use the least amount of money to leverage that attention to further your brand or further your music and stuff like that. So I figured it out in that type of way with the rap shit. So yeah. Was that like too deep or something?
No.
Okay. I was making sure.
I was.
You about to just start naming songs. Like did you finally figure it out? Can you fall in love twice?
How do you feel about the morning sunrise?
Well, yeah, that's what you was about to say.
Would you expand? Like, do you see yourself going to Atlanta? See yourself going to Cali? Like, what's the plans in the long run?
I don't think, because all right, a lot of people want to go to Atlanta for networking, but I don't think the networking game is the game today. The game back in the early 2000s and the 90s was going to New York to network because there were gatekeepers. You get what I'm saying? Right now, there's no gatekeepers. There's no middleman. There's you, then a person's Instagram that you could DM who is an influencer that could insert their music, your music into their content. And that's how you'll blow up. There's no middleman. So I don't see the need for me to move to Atlanta for that. But, I mean, it would be dope to have connections, but I don't necessarily think you need it. So I want to, before I end up moving to Atlanta or somewhere like that, I want to build a base for myself. So I know that, all right, I don't need to move to Atlanta to gain connections, but it would be an asset to what I got going on. So, yeah, but I like Cali a lot. So if I ever, you know what I'm saying, once this shit blows up, I think that might be a spot that I move to. Or London, because a lot of people out of London fuck with me. So.
Do you think so?
What, a lot of people out of London fuck with me? Or, what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I get DMs from a lot of people from London.
How did that start happening?
Just me doing my promotional thing. That's how it started happening. And I don't know why a lot of London people gravitated towards, like, figured it out in the stuff that I was doing, but they did. And yeah, that's definitely a place that I want to go to, like one of the first places that I want to go to when I start touring and doing that type of stuff, because they supporting me right now, which is a start. So shout out to everybody from London that fuck with me.
To anybody new, upcoming, what would be a piece of advice you would give them? Like an upcoming artist, rapper.
Upcoming artist? I would say, damn, this is going to sound crazy. Like, niggas going to be like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? I would say, don't do any shows. I would say, don't pay for features. I would say, what's something I would denounce that niggas got going on? I would say, don't move to Atlanta. I would say, focus on influencer marketing and figuring out ads. Facebook, YouTube, Google, Spotify, shit like that. Focus on driving traffic to whatever you got going on. And
Like, where you at right now?
yeah, like driving traffic to whatever you got going on. Like, because a lot of things, like, because, you know, I've thrown parties, I've thrown concerts and shit like that, and they don't get you shows get you fans, but it's not worth the money that you're gonna spend to rent out a venue and stuff like that. I would say, if I was y'all, I would stop all that shit, take your money, invest, you know what I'm saying, save a little bit of money, and figure out how to do Facebook ads, or hire somebody that's already a social media agency that already knows how to do that stuff to push your content, to push your music. And that's what I would tell them. Yeah. Like, fuck all that other shit. Like, niggas say, oh, do as many shows and shit, but now you have to be constantly showing your shit to new people. That's the name of the game. Have your campaign running for as long as possible, as long as your money is good, and be constantly putting out new content to build that fan base, to make them more invested into you. The more you give to your fans, the more they're going to be invested into you. And I don't know everything, you know what I'm saying, but the little bit I do know is what I just said, and it's working. So, but with the shows and shit, I think when I get my fan base right, I don't want to do any shows until I'm booked. You know what I'm saying? Until somebody books me, because you have to be wise with your money. And another thing I would say to artists is, don't put your money in. Don't let somebody else be the way that you get in. Like, don't put all your coins onto somebody else plugging you with this person. You know what I'm saying? Or this person that has a connection, might plug you in. Do this shit yourself. Like, figure out how to drive traffic yourself. Because me and my homeboy Nigel and my brother Marcus, we spent thousands of dollars trying to fuck with this PR person, or trying to fuck with this other PR person, or try to fuck with this other promotional person, and none of that shit worked until we started doing shit ourselves. Thousands of dollars. So, like, right now it's probably at like 20,000. We done invested in this shit, literally. And until the end of last year, none of that shit worked until we started doing this shit ourselves. Until I started coming up with the promotional campaigns and shit like that. So, don't put your destiny into someone else's hands. Make sure that you take the initiative.